Welcome back to Surreal Sundays. I'm your host, Old School X and 9. And I'm hoping your weekend is everything that you wanted it to be. You enjoying your time with your family, or your hobbies, or whatever you're doing. Hope you're having a splendid weekend. Tonight, we're going to be getting into child support. Okay. More particular, we're going to dive into what's going on with Tyrese and what have you, and going to being held for contempt, I believe, for child support. Then we're going to have some fun with some videos. Well, it's not necessarily fun, but just going over some videos that I found on TikTok and dissecting them a little bit and what have you. So that, snatch shenanigans, whiskey of the week, and a hot video. So without further ado, let's get it.
You are now listening to some old school shit.
Then I tell you, that intro fires me up. I don't know about you, but it gets me going for real. Absolutely amazing. So we got to dive into this video. Says Tyrese has a message for women while he's on his way to jail for child support. So let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my outfit together. Think I'm gonna go eat me some red lobster. I ain't never been arrested, never went to jail in my life. Never. Why? Because I don't do anything illegal. I want to send this message out to all of the fathers. This is not man versus woman. Make sure I say that. Take all that shit off the table. What I love right now is that from all of the interviews that I've been doing, all of the women who are probably always going to see things through the lens of a woman, feminist, women's group, it's like, I don't care if the woman is wrong. I don't care what she doing, what she asking for, what she trying to get in alimony, trying to crack the prenup, trying to get this for child support. I don't give a fuck how wrong she is. Most women are always going to see things through the lens of women. So I feel like we're in a real place right now where I could not be more proud of the women that have been vocal and outspoken about all of this goofy shit that my ex is doing and still doing. As a matter of fact, both of my ex. I know y'all are quick to say, playing victim, gaslighting, manipulation, narcissist. They gonna put all kind of shit on you. to make sure that whatever they decide to believe about you is what they want to believe. Because what? I was born a man. I got it. No one's after me. There's no Crips and Bloods after me. There's nobody in corporate America after me. There's nobody at none of these movie studios after me. There's none of these record labels after me. I got baby mama drama. You get in a relationship with an entertainer who happens to be a public figure, or somebody who's a real estate tycoon, or somebody in the tech space, or somebody who has an actual profitable business. Now, this is what's crazy. Since I've been so public about all the shit that I've been dealing with, you would not, I have lost count of how many women who have walked up to me who are the high net worth individuals, the ones with all the money and the success, talking about how their ex husband is getting alimony and how the husband is getting child support payments and the husband is getting all that he's doing freeloading. The husband got the house. Doesn't really happen that often, but when you were born a man, you go into a courtroom and you understand clearly that there is a preset menu that says you were born a man, fuck you. That's what the preset menu says. Now, y'all, I've been laughing, smiling, having fun, doing my interviews, my vibrations and my energy has been up, and I've been over here silently and quietly in a certain capacity fighting these attacks. Why does Samantha's lawyers just request all of my bank statements? Why are they sending screenshots of my IMDb page, which stands for Internet Movie Database? They're looking up all the movies that I just did and asking for money and what's in this account and how much money did you make for Voltron Travel and how many albums have you sold and this and that. Like, leave me the fuck alone, man. I did a prenuptial agreement for a reason. The prenuptial agreement spells out everything that she get and was supposed to get. Why are we now 4 years and 3 law firms into this woman still coming after me? And why have they, the lawyers representing her, knowing that she's with a celebrity, a public figure, a high net worth individual, why have they confirmed on record that they've only got $5,000 from her and they've been representing her for 4 years? Why is this so? I'll tell you why. Because lawyers, not all, but certain lawyers out here will look at a celebrity and a high net worth individual as a pot of gold. And they will milk the shit out of you. And she's sitting over there letting them do it. Do you know how many people have went through a divorce and never went to court? You know how many people got issues with their baby mama, baby daddy, and never went to court? And they're just being amicable and respectful. You cheated, you lied, you hurt me.
Yeah, that's a excellent point, Tyrese. But one thing that I learned, once there is a realization, um, particularly with the woman, once she has been past the point of no return. Once in her mind, there is no reconciliation. There's no going back. It's lions and tigers. And don't let you be the one to initiate or put in the air first that you want to proceed with a divorce. Or let's say y'all fornicating partners and you voice that you want to move on. You ready to leave. You ready to move out. However whatever the setup is. You ready to move on. Now, it may be a period of time between that initial I want to leave to the actual when she actually realizes in her mind there's no point of there's no you pass the point of no return. That's when the hatred comes out, buddy. That's when it's lions and tigers. What you thought she wasn't capable of, or what you thought you had some type of rapport, some type of there was some unsaid rules on what in your mind you're not gonna do to her. But all that shit is out the window. It's all out the window. Everything is fair game in her mind. Everything. Everything will be used, everything will be manipulated in order for her to feel that she has defeated you. Defeated you, slowed you down in your progress, actually stopped you in your progress, however you want to look at it, or whatever level of detriment that she's doing to you, whatever it is. That's her goal. Whatever she can do to bother you, stop you doing for what you want to do. Get back into the video.
You this, you that, you moved on, you got remarried again, you this, you that. But I'm not about to take you to court. I'm not doing that to the father of my child. I'm not this and I'm not that. But the moment that you put a little celebrity sizzle on that thing, the moment that net worth is a little different, all kind of intentions come out. Now, let me make sure I say this, because it's like, take care.
Have to disagree with you, Mr. Tyrese. I am nowhere near your tax bracket. Nowhere near it. This type of shenanigans go on every level, every social echo demographic you can think of, a social echo class, whatever it is, it goes on in each and every sector.
Kid and kids, motherfucker. I've never not taken care of my kids. Let me say it again. I've never not taken care of my kids. As a matter of fact, as much as I travel, as much as I got going on, as much as I'm moving, I'm going to tell y'all the biggest blessing ever. Thank you, Jesus. My 17-year-old Shayla has never called me Tyrese. My 5-year-old has never called me Tyrese. You know who I am in this house? Dad. And when they refer to me, when they not with me, they say, that's my father. I am dad. And you know why I'm dad? Not because of what I bought them, not because of the clothes, not because of the square footage of the house, not because of the cars in the driveway, and definitely not because of this fake jewelry I wear. I'm a father. Because that exchange between your son or your daughter is nothing that could be purchased. It's something that they feel about you as a father because you have a presence in their life. All this shit about money, arguing back and forth, that's for me and my ex to deal with. But when it comes to my kids, my babies, they They've never wanted for anything. But I can't stop their mothers from coming after me for more. My mama, rest in peace. My mama didn't raise no fool. And my mama didn't raise anybody that would just lay down and take whatever somebody wants to dump on me. Now, it's funny how I get along with everybody. You don't see me doing no interview. Even when it came to little random ass shit I was dealing with in the past with Tank and Genuine. Man, come on, man. That's like laughable. We do have some concerts coming up, by the way, with BBD, Silk, and Tevin Campbell. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets to support Real R&B.
Real R&B, just to change the lighten it up a little bit. Everybody, go out and get Tyrese new album. I reviewed what he called a short film. We're gonna pull it up a little bit after we get done with this, man. But I mean, real R&B. So when this concert comes to fruition, support it, and let's support Tyrese new projects that he has out. This is 1992 is the movie, and his new double album. Okay, so let's get back into the video.
That's if they don't lock me up in the morning. I know I'm different. I know I'm doing what most people don't do. I can't even say I'm in fear right now. If he's gonna arrest me, I'm just gonna say, fuck it, man, get it over with. But the details are very simple. I had one of the most detailed and specific prenuptial agreements in place. And I can talk about this publicly because it's already been addressed publicly. Literally one of the first paragraphs of my prenup. And these are some legal words. It's called contested versus non-contested. And let me break this down for the folks that don't know. When you have a non-contested argument, that means everything about these documents is non-contested. We're not arguing about anything. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to go back and forth about. There's nothing to unpack. Everything that's been mapped out in this prenuptial agreement has been spelled out and laid out. She had an attorney to represent her for the prenup, and I had one as well. That's a non-contested prenuptial agreement. They have contested. They have said that there are certain things in the prenup that they don't feel the same way about and they want to change it. But and so now they're saying it's a non-contested prenup, and yet there's at least 15 different examples of them contesting the validity of the prenup. And one of the first terms of the prenup says that if you want to argue about anything that has to do with the four corners of these documents that she signed and I signed, you're 100% responsible for your own legal fees. That's what the prenup says. You know, they're trying to get me for over $1 million right now for legal fees. You know, she's hired 3 law firms. If you want to argue about the prenup, pay for your own lawyers. And when you lose, you got to pay for all of my lawyers. I got one lawyer that's been representing me from the whole time. Incredible, by the way. Tanya Mitchell-Graham. In-fucking-credible. If you want to argue about the prenup, that's fine. You're legally able to do so. But when you do so, that paragraph right there says you are responsible for 100% of your own legal fees, which means she's now got 3 law firms. 3 law firms, but she's really got 4. Because all of the legal fees that I've been paying Tanya Mitchell-Graham for the last 4 years is all going to Samantha. That's the prenup that we both signed. But I've been in my good bag, man. I've been laughing. I've been having fun. I've been running around doing all these interviews, man. I just want to tell everybody out there, man, who's gave me their stage and their platform and their podcast, their radio station. I just want to tell y'all, man, y'all could have had anybody on y'all show. Y'all could have invited anybody on there to be on y'all show. Y'all have helped me to promote 1992. It's got an A- cinema score. Man, people are still in the theaters watching 1992 right now. And Beautiful Pain, my album, completely on fire. I heard it is like number 40 or something on the worldwide Apple Music charts, which is crazy. I've never had that. And then my song Wildflower, dedicated to my mother, is still flying. And I'm just trying to be positive, man. I'm trying to like activate some good energy. I've already finished the fucking album and pushed the hardest album I've ever done out. And I just keep getting bombarded by these legals, man. Just last week in LA, some random white lady jumped out the bushes on me and tried to serve me. And I fucking backed up. And then she threw the papers at me and they landed in the street. And I said, ma'am, you never served me. She said, you have been served. She's filming me. And I pull out my camera and I'm filming her. I said, ma'am, the paperwork is not in my hand. As a matter of fact, you put it all in the street. You're loitering. This is a really nice neighborhood right here. And you got trash all over the street. Can I get back to my joy, my happiness, and my magic? Can these baby mamas leave me the fuck alone, man? Can they just stop hiring lawyers that's willing to work for them for pro bono because they got a pot of gold waiting on them at the end of the fucking rainbow? Can y'all just move on? Go date somebody, go engage, go start a new family. Go just leave me the fuck alone, man. Wow. I mean, fucking thirst buckets, man. And I know these are the mother of my children, but this is true. This is too much. It's been 17 years of this shit, man. I'm about $15 million at this point into having a relationship with my daughters. And I'm not gonna cry. Just explaining to y'all, man, that this shit is exhausting. And women can relate, the higher income earners, the breadwinners of their marriages and their families that's been drugged into court. Y'all can relate to this. I'm not just saying this because I'm a man. Does it happen to y'all more often? Does it happen to us when we get drugged through the court? No. Just walking into the courtroom as a man, especially a black successful man in Atlanta in front of these.
Yeah, so trying to milk Tyrese dry. Just imagine the struggle for those who, like I said before, are not in his tax bracket. Not in his tax bracket.
Shit. Sir, you and your
We don't skip that video. We'll just check it out a little bit. Um, so it's titled Tyrese Speaks Live for the first time since being released from the courthouse holding room. But yeah, I recall we was in court and they telling us what the order, the court order, the child support order was gonna be. And then, she getting child support. I have to maintain health coverage on them, but then I have to pay her X amount of dollars. I forget what it was. So for co-pays and for prescriptions and co-pays for doctor visits and what have you. So that was an additional cash on top of providing the health insurance. Okay. And the child support. Okay. Um at this point in time, talking about 07, 08, I'm around $22, $23 an hour. But I was doing a lot of overtime. And she was working as well. Probably I think she was like 50, 55 a year. And with my overtime and the fact that they decided, because I had one weekend off a month, that was the only time that I was able to have the children on my one weekend off a month. I had my children one weekend a month or every 4 weeks. Mind you, I didn't know this until later on, but the kids were being left at home. They was latchkey kids for whatever reason it may have been, that she wasn't able to be at home, or they wasn't able to be with their grandmother. They're at home by themselves because I picked up on it because they was talking about um, um, working the microwave by themselves and things of that nature, and how they have to call their grandmother or mother when they got home and things of that nature. So for the same shit that you trying to prevent me from doing, or not really prevent me from doing, but let's say I'm having the kids and I have the kids this week, right? And I gotta work. Then I have to make arrangements and stuff, or have my kids pretty much maintain themselves at home until I'm able to get home. I think that's a norm in a lot of households, especially with children of pre-teen age and teenagers, young teenagers, pre-teens. There's a lot of latchkey kids around that's at home by themselves. Hey, I remember I was 7, 8 years old, getting home before my grandmother do for a couple hours. I get out of school at 3. I don't see grandma until 5, almost 6 o'clock. Okay. So what I'm talking about is not weird. It's not abnormal. But she was able to do it. I could have had the kids more, but they wanted to play the narrative. Oh well, you know. And then my place was on the deep east side of Metro Detroit, and she was kind of in the central. We stayed approximately maybe between 15 to 30 minutes apart, depending on traffic. So when I said, well, I can go get the kids and things like that's too much on the kids. For daily travels, that's too much on them. Okay. And so since my parenting time was knocked down to almost nothing, 1 weekend a month. That means pick them up Friday evening. I get a whole day Saturday, and then they go back Sunday evening. It wasn't even a real 48 hours, let alone 2 normal days. It wasn't even a technical 48 hours. But because they was able to, manipulate the verbiage and manufacture how they wanted to view the situation or what's best interest in the children. I had 2 days out the month, which affected my child support. I ended up with a dude on $22, $23 an hour, ended up with $1,100 a month in child support at the beginning of it. Now I got a son at home that I'm taking care of, right? That wasn't a product of that marriage. He was before that marriage. I mean, it was a reason why I'm working a lot of overtime. My hourly wage wasn't that much. So now you're gonna take into account the overtime. That's what it was. That's how they do. I was gonna go into another video with Tyrese. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and check it out for shits and giggles. Let's go ahead and check it out, see what's going on with it, what have you. I didn't really review this or what have you. I looked at it a little bit. Let's go ahead and check it out and see what they're talking about. Okay, let's go.
I wish I knew.
Welcome back to My Husband is My Best Friend.
Tyrese speaks on Instagram Live for the first time since being released from jail.
You turned a $3,600 child support payment that I decided to give my daughter on my own as a father. And you said, how much are you paying your child in California? $10,690 a month, which I've never missed one payment in 8.5 years. So we're clear. Oh, you've been on your own giving your child $3,600 a month? You know what we're going to do? We're going to go back 2 years and turn that $3,600 into $10,690. Whoa. Hold on, Judge Farmer. Where did that number come from? The number came from California. Your Honor, what does California and a child support number that I'm giving my child in California have anything to do with Georgia? I'm not trying to hear that shit.
So because he's paying child support, 10 grand to one child in a separate child support case in California, the judge says, oh, well, you can do the same thing for this child in Georgia. And matter of fact, we gonna retro your shit. So now you just like that, a snap of the finger or the stroke of a pen. Excuse me, at the stroke of a pen, you in arrearage. It's just like that. At the beginning of my case, I was giving the ex-wife like $600 a month cash without the child support. Remind you, I'm $22, $23 an hour, right? So, and living off of overtime. Um, don't you know she told them I never paid her cash. I was paying her that amount of money, and then words exchanged and what have you. I was like, you know what, this put me on paper, put me on child support and what have you. And so I don't want to fucking deal with you directly. Okay, she went on ahead and did that thing, right? She was gonna do it anyway, but then she gonna tell him, nah, he ain't pay me this, that, and the third, blase split, So, them MOs, retro several months back, I had to repay that again. Let's get into the video.
Sir, you and your lawyer, get your black ass out of my courtroom talking to me about my rulings. I'm the judge, I'm the law. Table, bloop, bloop, shut up and take that. $3,600 for 2 years straight. He goes backwards 2 years and he says, your $3,600 has to now become $10,690 a month. From this point on, and we're gonna flip your $3,600 into $11,000 from 2 years ago. I don't know who you are, whether you're a woman or a man, but does that sound right to you? I don't think so.
I mean, okay, 3,600 to 11, rounded up, $4,000, 11,000. That's a little over $6,000 times 24 times 24. Six times 24 is 144, over $144,000 in arrearages by the stroke of a pen, by the hit of the mallet, just like that. Boom. I'm telling you, if anything needs to be pressed, it's the level of authority that these judges have in these type of cases. It's like the judges have absolute free reign to do whatever they feel like in family court. There's nothing, any constraints, any barriers, any maximums, any minimums, nothing. It's the wild, wild west in the family courts, in the family court system. And the judge is the cowboy. Just going wild. And that won't change until something happens at the legislative level. Because even if you appeal it, that don't, most times that don't work either. Get back into the video.
Wait, so you doing a child support payment and you've been waiting almost 2 years to do a divorce trial, and you're giving your child $3,600 a month in Georgia, where the cost of living is not in the top 35 in the country, and her mother is a social worker that makes about $175,000 on her own, the actual needs of the child are beyond met. So why are you going to go back 2 years and turn my $3,600 into $10,690? I'm very confused. But I can't turn a blind eye on injustice. So everything is being appealed. Everything about his rulings, his conduct, everything that he said, everything he didn't say, everything that he shut down as far as our just due process in the courtroom, it's all being appealed. And I've already leaked the documents. They're already out there. All you got to do is look them up. Shout out to the LA Times, who actually attached all of the 20 pages of the appeals is attached to the LA Times article. Thank you for real journalism. Nothing changes without real journalism. And I want to tell y'all again, I do not have a problem with that man. I actually empathize with him because I'm a man who believes in God. I am not responsible for a judge who obviously has a prejudice. He has a prejudice against me, and it was very obvious from the moment he stepped in that courtroom. Because he said, I already know what I'm going to do here. Y'all can waste the next 2 or 3 days if you want. There's records of him stating these words when he came to the bench. I don't lie and I don't make things up. You already know what you're going to do with my case before we even present our case? Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't think he's going to do that. After 3 days, he did that. Y'all just wasted y'all time and all y'all money. I've already told y'all that I know what I'm going to rule on, and I know what it's going to be. So I don't even want to be here. I got other things to do. I don't want anything to work in my favor. I just want my just due process. I don't even know if us appealing this case is going to ultimately be appealed. I just want my just due process. I don't want anything to work in my favor because I'm famous, I'm a celebrity, I got money, I live a particular life and lifestyle. I do not have a problem with that man. I don't know why he's became the way he's became. He's a husband, he's a father, just like I am. And he's a man. So it really hurts when someone who actually goes home to their family is in a courtroom using their power as a judge.
He way more forgiving than me, you know. Hey, I pray that former Judge Eugene Murphy and his successor, I forget her name, that their sons and their grandchildren experience tenfold what they've put on the men in their career in regards to child support and custody. Notice, I ain't just say me. I said the men. I ain't the only one they've been unfair with. I hope the entire bloodline of males experience tenfold on what they've done in their careers.
Judge to break up families and cause traumas and strife and pains the way these judges are causing pain, especially if you're a husband and you're a father. I have better expectations of you because you want to go home to your kids and your family, right? At what point did you lose sight with what I want to go home to and what I want to experience as far as my interaction as often as I can without getting financially taken advantage of because I am a high net worth individual. Who needs $400,000 a month in child support? What child exists that needs that much money?
What child exists that needs a $1,100 a month? I mean, when they was underneath my household, I don't recall spending $1,100 a month on kids alone. Well, they need the money to pay for the utilities and the car, because they got to use the car to take the kids to and from. They got to use the car to go get groceries. So all that's considered part of the contributing to the child support and what have you. Okay, what? And then at the end of the month or at the end of the week or every 2 weeks, you get paid $2,000, but your bank account end up, $3,000 more and everything's paid for. So you get to save your check and a little bit more. You can't tell me that's not how it goes. You can't tell me that's not how it goes. And then, how is it that I don't recall spending $1,100 a month on the children when everybody was underneath my address? We might spend $1,100 in a month on the kids in August, getting them ready for back to school. We might spend $1,100 a month in December preparing for Christmas. But not $1,100 a month. $1,100 a month, that's an extra. That is an extra 13 grand. Excuse me. These poor man numbers. And then some men that's in a lower tax bracket be like, those ain't poor man numbers. What you talking about, bro? I wish I had your problem. So tax free. This money's already been taxed, so she ain't got to pay taxes on it. This is cash money, right? Over the course of years and what have you. Now, I do know that I was on the lower end of what I hear some guys going, because it was 2 kids, $1,100 for 2 kids. I know that there are some men that's doing 2, 3 for 2 kids. Of course, they're making more. And then the idea is, well, the child's supposed to have the same lifestyle or the same lifestyle of the father. You put the father in such a bind that he can't maintain that lifestyle. So then not only is he doing overtime at his own at the primary job, he pick up job number 2. Now the child's mother, now If you got divorced, you got a child's mother. If y'all never got married, you got a baby mama. That's just how I see it. So the child's mother finds out you got job number two, then tells the court. Now your child support goes up with that included job. Every time you try to elevate yourself, they'll elevate your barriers. It's a perpetual spinning of the tires. Let's go ahead and finish this video on out.
Things have to change, guys. And I believe that God is using me to affect that change, because most men and most fathers would not ever want to sign up for this. You may think this is about me, but it's not. The outcome is going to be the outcome. I've been dealing with the family law court system for 18 years. And I'm still speaking up and I'm speaking out about the things that's happening, knowing that sometimes you go to court and the judge understands and he actually or she or allows your just due process. Other times you don't. A judge can wake up one day and say, I'm in a bad mood, and you're going to get your ass served on a plate. It's the way it goes.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
It's the way it goes. But I want y'all to know something. Again, in closing, 1992, Beautiful Pain, double album, produced by Brandon Bam Hodge and legendary genius David Foster, is available on all streaming platforms. And I would love your support. It would mean the world to me if you were to listen to an album that I gave birth to because of my divorce and because of me finding love again and my girlfriend of almost 4 years, Zelly Timothy. I want you guys to listen to the beauty that I discovered in my pain. It's right here. And if you go to Tyrese.tv, my website, you can pre-order the beautiful.
Those are some beautiful looking albums. I'm gonna cop me a couple of them boys. I got to get it. Hey, go out and support this man. You know, he got some beautiful music on them vinyls over there. So go do that thing.
Beautiful Pain album. It's now live, and the vinyls are being printed up right now. There's a small delay, but they're on their way.
All right, so that's it with Tyrese. That is it for Tyrese and what he's going through. So now we're gonna go into some of these snatchers talking what they talk. Found some stuff on TikTok.
After 3 years of not getting no child support.
We got this one chick. I don't know if she's for real or not, but some tell me she's for real about what she's saying. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's get into it. See if we can expand this a little bit. Full screen. And let's go.
After 3 years of not getting no child support payment, I got a notification last night in the middle of the night that said, ding, like, you're going to receive a deposit to this account today. And I was like, what? I thought it was a scam, bitch. Because I was like, what deposit to what card? Like, what is it? So I clicked on the email, and it was like for the child support card. And I was like, oh. So I clicked on it. I said, let me call this number. I got to see, like, let's see what we got. So let me show. And you know what? I'm starting to think that my baby dad probably be watching me on here, and that makes me want to disappear. So if I disappear, it's because of that. Or he probably just got a job. Let me tell you something about being men. Men will get a job. Child support take the money out, they'll quit the job. Like that's every single time he do that. He will get a job. As soon as they start garnishing funds, he quit.
I do know an individual who does that thing. I do know an individual who does that thing. That's true. But dig this. Why you got a bonnet on your head? These women have absolute zero shame. Zero shame. You was comfortable looking extremely comfortable on camera for the world to see. And then you put yourself on out there for me to talk about you. Don't get mad. Change your behavior. Hold on. Let's go.
He quit that job immediately. But let's see how much you got, girl. Let's see.
These options. Payments that are going to repay TANF will not be listed. For the most recent payment, press 1. To hear the last 5, a payment in the amount of $130.35 was mailed to you or transferred to your account on Friday, March 29th, 2024. If your child support is directly deposited into your...
Now, girl, I can go to Cabo. After 3...
I'm quite sure, she was being a smart ass on that. Can't do much with that amount of money, and that's was exactly her point. However, if that's what your state's child support calculator came up with for him to pay, then that's what it is. Unfortunately, you got a dude that's trying to circumvent the system by not working. Choose better. Okay, you know that he was a Pookie or Ray Ray before you gave him that Netflix and chill night. You know what I'm saying? So you like Pookie and Ray Rays. That's what you like. That's what you get. Pookie and Ray Ray results. That's it. Nothing else to it. But yeah, I can't believe that someone will. And you go on her TikTok. I think it's Coco something. I'm not really trying to promote her, but she's in this look pretty often, talking stuff and what have you. What else you going? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I understand the frustration. You know what I'm saying? In some cases and what have you. And I can see I've witnessed it on both ends where, for example, my case now in the same child support case. Now at a period of time back in 2016, I was working for the city of Detroit, and the city of Detroit, part of its water department, transferred over to another entity. It became underneath a different name. So, but that didn't mean it was still, everything was still underneath the same, everything was still being ran out of the same building and what have you. They shared a lot of back office infrastructure and what have you, but they was just different. They was pretty much just different in name. Everything beyond what the public seen was pretty much the same, except for what the public saw and pretty much what was on superficially on paper for what needed to be presented for the IRS and any other governmental authority over them. So the only thing that didn't switch up was, I mean, not only thing, but one of the things that didn't switch up was what was going on with their payroll. So I found myself in a situation where they wasn't, where child support wasn't taken out of my check directly anymore. And at this point in time, I had a credit of around $3,000-$4,000. So I got a credit, and the credit came from, my child support being adjusted for whatever reasons. I can't really remember right now. I think parenting time or something to the effect. I can't remember. So I end up with a credit in my account. So, and they was trying to nickel and dime me on giving me my money. So I would see $100 here. It was nothing that was regular, nothing on a regular basis. And I would see sporadic checks here and there. You never knew when they was coming. And well, hey, and then a light bulb popped up, and I was like, you know what? I was paying. I will go and pay my child support directly to the courts. So I stopped. I did that. I think it went past month 1, and then somewhere in month 2, like a month and a half, about 5-6 weeks of this, I end up getting a letter from the courts. Summoning. They was. I can't pronounce the word right now. My goodness. I was being summoned to come to court. So I get to court. Now this is not the actual judge, but this is what was called the friend of the court. In Michigan, we got what is called a friend of the court, which is a middle person between, or like an administrative branch in the family court system. That's the best way I can describe it off the dome. So I was summoned to appear in front of the friend of the court referee. And I get in there, and the referee like, how come you ain't been paying the child support? I said, well, I got a surplus. And what have you. And we had a phone conversation prior to that, and she said, well, you need to go ahead and, you still need to pay, but just pay just a little bit less then until your credit goes down. And I said, okay, and got off the phone and did what I wanted to do. And something else that I learned, tidbit, if it's not a court order, it's not real. So any conversations you have with them MOs on the phone, if it's not a court order, it never happened. They cannot hold you to it. So we had a phone conversation. She told me what she wanted to do, and by this time in my life, I learned to just, when I know that I'm about to get into a conversation of you telling me what you want or don't want, and I'm telling you the opposite thereof, you know what I'm saying? And I pretty am sure that this is going to be a revolving, ongoing, spinning conversation of repeating ourselves. I'm not going to contribute to that bullshit. Right? In this instance, she told me I told her what was on my mind, how I was going to do it. She told me what she wanted to do. I said, okay, got off the phone, did what the fuck I wanted to do. So then I get summoned to court. Why didn't you do what I told you to do? And then I asked her this. I said, is my account in arrearages? Because that's the only time they can put their foot on your neck is when your shit is in arrearages, when you are behind. You look at the account, you started beatboxing. And had shit else to say. She went on here and repeated what she said when she was on the phone. I said, okay. Walked out the courtroom. Mrs. O was right there waiting in the hallway. And we went on about our business, and I still did not pay how she verbally told me to pay. Because even at that point, she couldn't conjure up any documentation to state that it was illegal. And then she asked, where did I work at? I already knew that it was a glitch in the system. It was a glitch in the matrix, so I got through. I forgot what the hell I told her. I ain't tell her where I was at. Why? So y'all can get back into my check. It was freedom, a little bit of freedom. I ain't need y'all taking it out my check like that. Did it myself. But who initiated that whole interaction? The children's mother. But I had a credit, so I didn't pay until that credit was exhausted. Then I started paying again. I had me a nice little 4, 5, 6 month break. Let's get into this other video. Let's see here. Another TikTok video. A single mother and I get my nails done with my child support. This some bullshit. Let's get it.
I get my nails done with my child support check, and this week it was only $23.96. Should I call my baby daddy and ask him where's the rest? I get my nails done with my child support check, and this week it was only $23.96. Should I call my baby daddy and ask him where's the rest?
No, you need to call the friend of the court or the family court system, whatever y'all call it in your state, and ask them what's going on with the rest of your stuff. But why are you using child support money on your nails? This is another thing that needs to be changed in the system. This is something else that needs to be changed in the system. Just like they have a way to regulate what you buy on an EBT card, you shouldn't be able to withdraw any cash. It should only be valid at food, at grocery stores, clothing stores. Probably some other places, I don't know, probably make it a way where they can pay for it for extracurricular activities such as, sports or dance or something like that. School tuition. But it should be a big ass block on Juanisha's nails and brows. It should be blocked at that place. It should be blocked at Gucci. What a kid need out of them type of places. I don't know. But most definitely blocked at Waquisha's nails and brows, or at Yin Yang's uh, wig and things, wig and weaves. Yin Yang wigs and weaves. It should be blocked at Yin Yang's wigs and weaves. It should be blocked there. Miss O got something to tell us and what have you. So we're gonna take a time out right quick, and so Miss O can let us know what she needs to let us know. All right. So one moment here, and Miss O, go ahead and do your thing.
Shalom, family. This is Mrs. O. Thank you for joining our channel. If you enjoy our content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. If you would like to support our channel, you can do so by scanning the QR codes to the Cash App or the PayPal in the lower left corner. We would greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Mrs. O. And yes, please, if you like the content that's coming out on the Mrs. O show, please like, share, subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. Go ahead and do that thing. But if you do want to support the show monetarily, you can do so. We got the Cash App over here and the PayPal over here. Okay, you can use them QR codes or what have you, and you can use that to support the show. We will greatly appreciate that thing. Thank you. So let's see here. We got something else going on here. Boom, 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 boom. Try this out. See what this is about. Okay, one moment. One moment. So let's check out this TikTok. Let's go.
If you are a single mother and if you have been taking care of your child financially 100% by yourself, if you've been put in harsh predicaments to where you had to pick between paying a bill and doing for your child, and as a mother, we know which one you're going to choose. And if your child's father has been abusive financially towards you because he can't get his way, when you finally do put him on child support, that first check that you get, treat yourself. Yeah, treat yourself. And don't let nobody make you feel bad for doing so. And understand that money can be used for anything that's going to benefit the child. And that's whether that's your car payment, light bill, etc., any bills inside the home. Next call.
So which one is it? Is it treat yourself or pay the bills that you both gonna benefit off of? Financial abusive. I don't know. And maybe I'm just naive to the fact. I know it's some anecdotal instances that this occurs. But for the most part, if you call your child's father and say the child needs this, that, and the third, it's done. But if you call your child's father and say the child needs some shoes, okay, I'm gonna get him some shoes. No, the child needs red bottom Louis Vuitton shoes. Then I'm gonna be financially abusive. The most I'll do is some Jordans. And even that's ridiculous because the damn feet growing. Why would I put $200-$300 shoes on some shit that he ain't gonna be able to fit next week? I don't give a fuck what size I get him. I get him 2 sizes above where he at right now. Little monsters that grow like weeds. Grow like weeds. Let's check out the next one. Oh, this is a juicy one. This is juicy right here. Oh, this is gonna piss some men off on this one. Let's check this one out.
Yeah, where you going? Where you going? Uh-huh. 1,200 a week now. It's over. Yep. You want to take care of that girl, your little new girlfriend, and her kids. Now, yes. Because you got me messed up. You got me messed up. I don't care. You taking care of other people's kids. I don't care. Yes, because I need all that money. I need it all. I need every penny I can get. Yep. Now you can see your kids once a week instead of seeing them all the time. Whenever you feel like it. Oh, well, at least I'm getting paid. That you want to be laid up with some other girl. Yeah, you got me messed up. Now, no. Because that's what you get. You embarrass me. You embarrass me. You embarrassing me. I don't care. They can look all they want. Oh, well. I can't believe you, dog. Oh, well. Now, yeah, 1,200 a week. Yeah. No, I'm going to egg this one on. Yep, I'm going to be buying plenty of stuff with that money. You know what I could do with that? Yeah. Since you want to be taking care of other people's kids, you ain't going to be taking care of nobody's kids but mine.
And that's the real reason why women put men on child support. It's a means of a get back. It's a means of a manipulation. It's a means of control. That's why that's the real basic reason on why women put men on child support is to do that thing. During my time in a divorce and the back and forth to court with wife number one, she even had it in the court order for me not to have any women over while I had the children. And you can see this on several angles. At the time, I was a little wild. Right? But that was my business. I put the kids to sleep. I'm gonna have my day with them, put them to sleep, just like they would have been in a unified household. Kids get put to sleep. We pull out, we go indulge in our vices, and then we go and enjoy one another. Right? But this is the point, the hypocrisy of that court order, because my children were around men that I did not know. It was a time where I found out about my son being taken to the movies by some guy. So the same thing, or what perceived to be, what on the surface would have looked like she was trying to accomplish, she was doing the exact same thing, having children around somebody that the other parent does not know. That goes in the same line of, oh, you can only have them once a month or once every 4 weeks during your weekend off. But the mother, because we don't want the kids home by themselves, but the mother can do the exact same thing when she's, operating, trying to operate a business or go to school or what have you. I think at the time she was still trying to operate an event planning business. So, but I don't know if that was the reason why the kids were still latchkeyed with her. Regardless of it don't even matter. It's just the hypocrisy is the point that I'm bringing out. And how these courts allow it. They can see it all day long and they'll still roll with it as long as it spites the father. Explain to me, unless the father, or if we flip it and say the mother, unless a parent has been shown to be abusive and or neglectful, how is it in the best interest of the children that you minimize as much as possible the influence, the appearance of the non-custodial parent? Why does the other parent has to be non-custodial if that stuff is not in play? If the abuse and the neglect is not prevalent? Is prevalent the wrong word? If it's not in existence. Starting to run short on time, getting close to that time when I want to really start to fade out. So we're going to check out this next video. I had several other ones, but if I go through everything, it'll be forever. It'll be almost 2 hours. And I'm not doing that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this one because I mentioned it. Let's get it.
This is her decision to get divorced, so why should I pay her daughter that's not mine biologically? Yeah, I took care of her. Okay.
Just throwing away 7 years of being in your daughter's
You're throwing away
life.
7
You
years.
raised her.
This was your idea,
You
not mine.
were
This
together.
is your idea, not mine. Was it not your idea to get divorced?
How you don't want to help me take care of Charlotte?
No, you being unprofessional.
How you don't want to help me take care of
You're
Charlotte?
very unprofessional.
What am I supposed to
Talk
tell
to your
her?
lawyer. Tell her that we
So what
get
am I supposed
divorced.
to tell her? Just
Come
walking
on,
out her
that-
life completely?
Yes, I am. I'm closing this chapter in my life. You want a divorce? I'm closing the chapter on you and Charlotte. I'm not
You
taking care
never
of either
wondered
one of y'all.
why I wanted the divorce? You never asked me why I wanted the divorce.
Okay.
You don't think it's something that you did wrong?
I ain't do nothing wrong. That's why I'm not taking care of you and Charlotte. I ain't do nothing wrong. You're walking away because you probably got to do or something. I don't know what's going on.
If I had to do it, I wouldn't be asking you for no.
Check this out. I'm not about to take care of you. Be somebody else who'll do the same thing I was doing. Play daddy, your daughter. Like I've been playing daddy for all these years. I'm not about to pay for stuff and then she gets stuff from two that she don't have two daddies. Yeah, but I didn't. Where the papers at? Y'all ain't got the paperwork.
That is an interesting case. Y'all don't have the paperwork, so it's a couple pieces in that puzzle that's missing. But for him to say that, I will have to pretty much lean towards that he didn't sign adoption papers, or else he will readily just, agree that, yeah, I signed the adoption papers. I'm legally that child's parent. But he brought up something else, that the mother is getting support from the child's natural father. So now you want to get support from the alleged adoptive father. So you want to double dip. And then she said in a statement while she was going back and forth with him, because he said, you wanted this divorce, not me. This is something you doing. And then she said, you never asked me why I wanted the divorce. So it wasn't infidelity off the rip. Because if he cheated, that would have flew out her mouth immediately. If he beat her ass, that would have flew out her mouth immediately. It was some bullshit that she conjured up one day and said, yeah, that sounds like a good excuse. And then went on ahead and did what she was doing. Because if it was anything substantial, anything that you could put your thumb on, she would have went and stated that. I'm divorcing you because of this. I'm divorcing you because of that. No, she said, you never asked me why I'm divorcing you. So she divorcing him over bullshit. Then she want to double dip. She want to dip in the child's natural father's pockets and dip in his pockets. Stepfathership is a bad deal. Do not adopt these kids. Do not get into a stepfather situation unless that child is no more than 3 years old and the father, the natural father, has passed or is incarcerated in prison, and he can't even go for parole until that child is grown and hopefully gone out your house. So there will be no influence from that father at all coming into your household. That is the best deal if you decide to go into stepfathership. If it's not that, good luck. Good luck. Hope it work out for you. Hope it work out for you. But you want the best case scenario? Follow that. Follow that. So we're about to go into the next segment of the show, Snatch Shenanigans. Ooh, this one's going to piss you off. This one's going to get at you. See if this is going to act right. It's doing so far. We got some commercials going on. All right. Till the commercial ends. And then we'll jump into the video. So we jump into the video. I'm so glad y'all came out to rock with us tonight. I appreciate that. Miss O appreciates that. Please like, share, subscribe. Please do that thing. Please do whatever you can to get the algorithm vibrating so this content can get out. And hey, y'all wouldn't have a problem if I was showing you a bunch of booty butt naked bitches on this motherfucker shaking something, you know what I'm saying? Then we would have been past 1 million subscribers and 3,000 billion likes and shit, you know what I'm saying? But we putting out some good wholesome content, some stuff that we need to be aware of as a community, you know what I'm saying? So the growth is going to be slow. We understood that coming into it, but please do something that doesn't cost you anything. Like, share, and subscribe, All right, well, the video is queued up. Let's get it.
giving the wrong answers to her. A woman was arrested after she allegedly punched a child in the face for giving the wrong answers to her homework questions. Margaret Gissam, 35, was booked into the Palm Beach County Jail on Thursday and charged with aggravated child abuse, WPTV reported. The child told the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office that she was doing homework with her siblings in Gissam's bedroom on Wednesday. Gissam became upset because the girl was giving her the wrong answer to her homework. Gissam allegedly grabbed the girl by the shirt collar and started shaking her, the child said. She then punched her in the face multiple times. The child had a busted blood vessel in her left eye and a bruise on her lower lip. Gissam was released Friday on a $2,500 bond, but was ordered to have no contact with the victim nor other minor children.
Gibson, you are this week's Snatch Shenanigan. And abusive women, abusive mothers, mentally, physically, emotionally, is more rampant than we want to believe. But we keep putting our children in the hands of these demons. When there's fathers on the other side in the background fighting to have that child, and the courts on Gibson's side says, no, you can't get it. We're gonna keep him with Gibson so Gibson can go ahead and do what she did. Congratulations, Gibson. You made it to Snatch Shenanigans. Boy, I tell you, that stuff burns me up. But next, we got that hot video coming up. That hot video coming up. You're gonna like this one. This is a little different. It's for those who's into rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? A little. I'm not really into heavy metal, and it's not really a heavy metal gig. You know, how it kind of touches the border of it a little bit, but man, this video's hot. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's get it.
sit as if you know that everything will be alright as time passes by.
Ooh, boy. I enjoy rock and roll. I do. I love the guitar. I've been trying to learn the guitar for like 3,000 years now. You know, life keep getting in the way and things of that nature. One day I'll pick it up and pick it up for good. Man, I love the electric guitar. I would love to rock that motherfucker like he just did. You know, Shaw, well, yeah, Shaw, the Israelite, waiting for vengeance, waiting for vengeance. Okay, hot video, hot video. So then we're gonna get into our last segment of the night, and that's my favorite segment of the night. You know what it is. Whiskey of the week, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we got right here? We got Bona Habit. And I know I got it right because I practiced that shit. I even went on, there's a YouTube video that shows you the correct pronunciation of this particular Scotch. Bono Having. That's how you pronounce it. I don't care how you spell it. You want to disagree with me with it, whatever. Do what you do. But that's what it is. I researched it. I already got it. Bono Having. Islay. Single malt Scotch whiskey. Now, in my journey of scotches and bourbons, I've come to realize that it's certain ones that I don't particularly care for. Okay. I will describe them as a acquired taste for me. This particular Scotch is one of those acquired tastes. I'm not particularly a fan of Scotches that are matured in sherry cask. And I'm not a fan of any Scotch that's matured in any type of wine cask. That's a flavor, excuse me. That I'm not a particular fan of. It did have some unique flavors. It was pretty smooth. And I know that there's one content creator who deals with a certain Scotch that is a sherry cask and what have you. And everybody know what he loves, you know. So this does have a fan base out there. So if you're a fan of a sherry cask, port cask, what is it? The type of wine cask that are out there. It's a brandy. Brandy is what I was trying to think of. Brandy cask. Then this may be something that you may enjoy. Bona Habit, Islay Single Malt Scotch Whiskey, 12 years old. Okay. It says it was a bourbon and sherry cask, but I really did not taste. The bourbon was so far in the backdrop that I could not detect it. And when I first picked this up, it said it was a sherry. It did not show bourbon. So as I'm looking on the screen right now on this show, I'm seeing that it says bourbon. Okay. I did not taste any bourbon. It was most definitely outshadowed by the sherry flavor. Okay. So I don't taste any bourbon in that at all, period. So Bona have it. For you sherry fans, you port fans, you brandy fans, this may be one for you. Go out there and get you some this week. And that will be it for Whiskey of the Week. So there you have it. Went through what Tyrese was talking about. How the court system just do what the fuck they want to do. They just running rampant. They don't give no respect to prenups. There's nothing keeping them in check. And the only way we can get that done is if we come together as men and actually push this thing. And then it will benefit the women that are being unjustly done as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially those who were the breadwinners, who are in that certain tax bracket and were breadwinners and stuff and what have you. And they got men that are doing the exact same thing that the majority of men are experiencing. Okay. That's just uncalled for. Your prenup is being totally ignored. You can only have 1 week in a month because that's what your schedule say. You off that 1 weekend, but you're not examining what the mother is doing. You're not even asking no questions. You're not asking the schedule. Tell the mother to lay out her schedule while you want to focus in on the father's schedule. Okay, so you wanna put in judgment that the father can't have uh, uh, um, 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 any visits to his own address while the children are there. Put that on the mother as well. These are things that these women do to try to bother you, control you, manipulate you, so you can behave how they want you to behave. Don't give up your manhood. Stand strong. And if you have to, just walk away. I know it hurts. I know it's something and that's a last resort thing. Don't let that be the first thing you do. Let that be the last resort thing. That's a hard thing to do. But in some cases, this is what you're gonna have to do, especially if you don't have Tyrese money. Especially if you got a child at your address right now that you gotta take care of. Gotta make some hard decisions. Or just keep fighting that thing until they all become 18 and there's no more fight left to fight. Maybe your kids will talk to you, unlike mine. In hindsight, I made my decisions. It is what it is. And I'm not the type of person to keep kicking against the bricks. Or pricks, whatever the saying is. These women out here, most of them, they do this thing out of spite. They want to incur some form of injury upon you. That's their main motive. Fellas, stop convincing yourselves that this woman is going to play by the rules. It's going to take you in consideration. Most of the time, that does not happen. Thank you for dropping in. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to rock with us tonight, and we appreciate and love you for that. My name is Old School X9. This is Surreal Sundays. Until next week, peace.
My helper, we make a perfect team. We gotta stay together, good or bad, just like Al Green. You're my best friend. I know I can count on you. You complete me, made for me. This is how it should be. Whoa, whoa. Wife, your biggest supporter, I won't get out of line. Your possession you give, mother at home teach the kids. Yeah, you're my best friend. I know I can count on you to lead me. You complete me. This is how it should be. So glad I got you in this room, baby. I pray that we age together, me and you. Be a good portion, wanna be a good wife. I love what you're saying, baby. With you, I am happy, baby. Yeah. Marriage is honorable. I'm glad that you're mine. Lord's will till the end of time. I like that right there. I pray we stay together forever. Now listen, I know things not gonna always be perfect, but we gotta pray, we gotta fast, we gotta do whatever we gotta do.